Hey guys, my arm really hurts because I'm holding this tripod, which is kind of annoying, but I just finished Multiverse of Madness, and oh my gosh, that was the maddest multiverse movie of 2022.
2 hours later.
Yeah. I think I was wrong. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Yes, that was stupid, but what else do you expect from this channel? Anyway, I know the Oscars were a long time ago, but I wanted to give you a review of Everything Everywhere All at Once since it did win Best Picture, and I thought it would be cool I thought it would be a good idea to, review the movie that won Best Picture every single year. This year's Everything Everywhere All at Once. If it was something else, then, I would review that. I'm not completely sure. I'm not 100% sure. I just know this, but I'm pretty sure that makes sense. Anyway, I decided it was a good idea to review it, and you can't change that opinion because you're evil, and you will destroy the world. And I will change that decision, but sorry, but you can't change my decision. From the movies I've seen from A24, I absolutely love them because they are definitely becoming one of my favorite film studios of all time. By the way, speaking of studios, this is not the new studio. It's just my bedroom, but I have I'm not allowed to go in there because my mom's sleeping, so that's not good, right? Anyway, one of my favorite film studios of all time, and, well, this is A24, so, you know what that means. It's going to become very different from, many other movies, but, how different is this Multiverse of Madness? I promise, it's the last time I'm going to use that pun. Anyway, let's talk about it. An aging Chinese immigrant is swept up in an insane adventure where she alone can save what's important to her by connecting with the lives she could have led in other universes. This movie is rated R for some violent sexual material and some language. So some things that may make, people uncomfortable. So if you don't like things like that, if you don't like that stuff, then yeah. This movie is unlike anything else I have seen, even from A24 standards, and that's saying a lot. I went into this movie completely blind. I didn't see any trailers or anything. I didn't watch any reviews. I didn't see anything about this movie. And I think that's actually something that you should do. Don't watch this review. No, just kidding. You should always watch my reviews because they're amazing, right?
Yeah, not really.
I watched this movie for, I believe, the third time the other day, and I loved it again. And that's basically this review. But the first time that I watched it, I didn't expect anything that happened. It was just incredible. Every single thing. This movie just has such a comprehensive story that is told to us in just such an incredible, exotic, crazy, wild way. And it also combines so many genres and subgenres and takes inspiration from so many subjects. And that's all in a good way, though. And it basically turns it into a cohesive experience. And in this film, they take insane, crazy, bonkers, wild, exotic things and put those things in the first act. And then you really put them into the second act. And everything, everywhere, all at once comes together in the third act. Haha, I'm so funny. Right? That pun was honestly so funny. Sorthy, you're not funny. Shut up. Your humor is everything everywhere all at once. Ha Oh my god, it's so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny. There are sequences in this movie where there are fight scenes, but they aren't just any fight scenes. It's just too hard to describe how creative they are. and it's truly mind-blowing how they were able to pull that up. Some of the slow motion things they do, and also the way they utilize the movement of the camera is all just fantastic. The movie also is about family. Funny enough, Fast X is coming out soon, but the family aspects of this movie are honestly incredible. The main character in the film is Evelyn, and she isn't living her best life, but literally her worst life. She can't seem to get anything right. It feels like she's just doing everything wrong. You see in the beginning that she's going through a lot of stress, and you see basically the worst possible things. And her husband Waymond is not helping her, even though he is super nice. He's like the sweetest guy, and her daughter Joy is providing her with a lot of stress. And she just can't do it any longer. Later, she's visited by an agent from another universe, and he basically, long story short, tells her that she is the key to everything. Now, how big are the stakes? How big are how big are they? Are they super grand, or is it more of a personal story? I'm not gonna get into that because I feel like that's just, I don't want to get into more details. But because I sort of want you to figure that out. But from there, the story starts to combine aspects from almost every single thing on this planet. Basically every single thing on this planet, and it creates for one of the most fun experiences I've ever had. After this, there's a specific sequence that just blew my mind with how intriguing and incredible it was. The movie also has an incredible and very frantic pacing to it that I also loved. I also loved how the movie showed us so many different universes containing different versions of all of these characters and all of these different settings and different interpretations of a human being. And if you've watched it, you'll probably get what I mean. Every single location utilizes specific stories per location, but each version of our characters or character brings something new to the table and delivers on either different levels of emotion or entertainment. Sometimes it was on the verge of being too much, and but that's like such a minor complaint. It's on the verge of being too much. I guess I found myself asking that question like it's a bit too much. Like you have to dial down. Like I sort of sometimes maybe said that, but that's like literally not an issue because it doesn't become too much. It's on the verge of being too much. To that point, it's super entertaining, but when it's too much, it's not. But it doesn't go too much. I'm like, okay, be careful. Thankfully, it never is too much. My only actual small, tiny gripe or nitpick is that I feel like the villain's motivation for what they were doing was explained to us a bit late. And I found myself asking that question sometimes during the movie. But that's just such a minor nitpick for a movie that tries to do so much. And the fact that it's actually able to do that is, honestly, really well, is incredible. But the movie all rides on the shoulders of the cast. And I am not kidding. In my opinion, each person who won the Oscar for the cast of this movie deserved it. Now you can write all your mean comments, do whatever you want, but I'm gonna stand by that. I still believe it. Michelle Yeoh is seriously incredible, and I loved whenever she was on screen. And Kiki Kwan delivers one of my favorite performances ever. Yeah, ever. Yeah, I just had a huge grin on my face whenever he was on screen. And Stephanie Hsu was honestly a huge Oscar snub. She was great in the movie. Jamie Lee Curtis, oh my gosh, the duality of Jamie Lee Curtis was just awesome. You'll get what I mean when you watch it. One more thing. This isn't a nitpick, it's just a side note, but it doesn't affect my score. The movie is not it's not for everyone. It has a much lower target audience than normal. Obviously, that's normally the case for A24, but there aren't many things in this movie that casual people aren't going to be a fan of. So make sure that whoever's watching this movie is prepared for the madness that's going to happen on screen. Before I give you guys my score, let me know in my community post if you enjoyed this movie. You can also like and subscribe if you want to, but you don't have to. Everything Everywhere All at Once is a beautifully directed movie by the Daniels. It combines countless genres and turns them into one. This movie is one of the most creative things you will ever see in your life. The story is heartfelt and emotional, and the third act combines pretty much every single thing in the world and turns it into one, because Everything Everywhere All at Once is literally Everything Everywhere All at Once. My score is a 95%. I've been reviewing a lot of good stuff. I'm gonna sort of get into the territory of the bad stuff, hopefully, after I review 12 Angry Men. I don't think that's in the bad stuff, honestly. But, I'm gonna try to review more bad stuff because I feel like recently I keep on doing like 90s, 80s, and all that stuff. I'm probably gonna go back into stuff because I don't want to keep on talking about movies that are good. That's just boring. I want to talk about movies that are bad, terrible, or disaster. Whatever you want. You can comment. If the comments are off, then you can do it in the community tab. I don't really care because I sort of get a notification no matter what. So yeah, do whatever you want. You're free. You're a free person, and you can do whatever you want for the rest of your life. And if someone tries to convince you that you can't, then fight back. I don't know what I'm saying. Bye!